Hey, favored ones, welcome back to another collective reading. Welcome, come in and take your seats at the round table. You can throw a coin or two into the wishing well in the corner, and we will get started. So, if anyone is new here, welcome, and for anyone who's returning, thank you for your support. I just wanted to go over what we do here on my channel called Welcoming in Utopia, where we just take a moment and you can pause if you want to or listen to a music like binary beats or hertz frequency soundings, sound bowls, and just like welcome in and like think of like you can even checklist it or do bulletin points if you aren't in depth and detail, or if you can't imagine with your inside of your mind's eye, if you're more into your other clairsentient and claircognitive, like less claircognitive and more clairaudient or something like that, then that's perfectly fine. You can imagine it in the way you do. And just think of what things would be your personal, on a personal scale, galactic, intergalactic, all parallel lives, what it would look like for your personal utopia and what that would look like to you and who would be included and, how things would go about. And I just like to hold that energy so that we have that energy of relief. It's my meditation for the beginning of readings. Most people do a prayer or another form of meditation so that you can focus in on your messages. This is what I like to do over here on with my favored ones. So thank you for joining me. Today I wanted to go over the title. Training is going well, or for those who aren't quite at that stage yet, you have nothing to fear to step into this new era of your life. The reason that brought around this title of the video is because when I first woke up this morning, the train was going through past my house and the horn went off exactly as I woke up, and to me that felt like training is going well. There's also other symbolisms I wanted to go over as well, but the overall one is like you are training either to retrain your brain for different habits or a hobby that you're trying to get into and you're just trying to learn and you're training yourself to quench more is going well, as well as like not just the body and like for and your mind, but also like in situational where I feel like some of you are training to sing, some of you are training, starting a new job. Congratulations for anyone who is training and learning and expanding themselves as the universe, uni as in being one, and verse as being a song. So our one song is always expanding, much like when tribes or pods of orcas, the matriarch will sing a song, and as a new pod, a new member of the pod is welcomed in, a calf, they will have their own song and the song will expand. So I feel like your song is expanding. You are bringing more people into and more like individuals into your song and singing with them. That this for me feels like collaborations and features, song features as well. So for today, I've intuitively picked out the orange calcite. They kept on screaming orange at me, so some of you could definitely be working on your solar plexus, had in the past been out of alignment, and through training yourself, or there's some of you that will be training to align your chakras again, and maybe the solar plexus is one of the ones you are working on or you're at the achievement point. Training is going well. It's supposed to help circulate pleasant energies within your body. I also feel that a lot of my collective lovely favored ones, you have been working on your blood circulation. Some of you may have been feeling that you're needing that a bit more. So you could be watch out for cinnamon if you eat or drink a lot of cinnamon, as it will lower your blood sugar and blood levels, and that can throw off your circulation. My ear got really hot when I said that, so I'm going to take that as confirmation that yes, be careful over the season with your cinnamon if you're noticing that your circulation's getting a bit off. Yeah. It also works on activating all the chakras. So I feel like you're coming into alignment. You could have went through a dark night of a soul or Kundalini awakening and worked through your shadow and came to embrace it and embody it instead of turning those attributes away, and learned how to take your ego with a grain of salt, or considering everything is arbitrary. I know I didn't say that. Yay, Mercury, do things. But yeah, belief systems and is arbitrary at this point in matters of philosophy speaking anyway. Some of you may enjoy philosophy or feel yourself to be a philosopher. You could be looking into Stoic teachings as of lately. That could be important to you, or just you're taking philosophy class in school, or not even in school. You might just be teaching it to yourself, because just because we're older now doesn't mean we can't homeschool ourselves, right? So a lot of you are learning to either homeschool yourself, or you're learning to homeschool for your child's sake, which ties into something I wrote down here too. I had a lot of audience messages come through. But I will get back to that, as I still have the message from the train. The train is leaving the station, so you're training your body. You're training. You could be working on training for a upcoming battle, whether that's Muay Thai, learning Qigong, a dance battle. You could be having a rap battle as well. But the train is leaving the station. Watch out. Favored ones coming through with the energy and helping not only yourself, but also your friends out of a dark time. It's reminding me of the train arc inside of One Piece. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, the train arc. And even if your friends may be having a hard time and wanting to give up, and you don't give up on them, and you're learning not to give up on yourself either. And for some of you, that's what you've been training yourself to do, is to not give up on yourself and to believe in your dreams, and knowing that hair training as well. I don't know, as soon as I touched it as hair training, I don't exactly know what that means, but I have heard tell of the word before. So some of you may be training your hair as well. I can't speak on it, as I don't have enough information on it, but that will be confirmation for someone. I have, back to why kids were brought up, I have tiptoe, tiptoe through the tulips with me. So yeah, some of you might like horror movies. That's probably where most of you will initially go to when you hear that, so I'm sorry for anyone who gets a fright or the heebie-jeebies. But that song was a dedicated art piece for the artist's loved one, for his daughter. It wasn't supposed to be creepy. It was supposed to be endearing. So a lot of you might find creepy, what society would consider, you know, the outcasts and the misfits. You may have a love for that. Like if you like arachnids, you like bats and slithery snake. It's just a snake, just a slithery snake. Badgers, crocodiles and sharks and stuff like that. You may advocate for them and talk about how that's their home and they're just doing what they're doing. And yeah, you an advocate for animals and the underdogs. But yeah, you may find creepy, quote unquote, creepy, weird things endearing. Much like the Addams family and such, like Penny Dreadful, and yeah, maybe things that really scare other people you laugh about and find hilarious. So there's that. But the Tiptoe Through the Tulips, what came to mind when I had originally wrote it down was you could I feel for some of my favorite ones out there, you are dedicating art pieces for a loved one. So you're dedicating a piece of art for a loved one. It could be friends, families, intimate partners, or whether they're passed on or living. Like, you're really dedicating yourself to your young ones as well. Whether that may not look like what society or norms typically state that we need to. So you're learning how to be dedicated to your kid in the way that you know how, and how they will, how they need it too. Such as sticking up for them when they say they don't want to hug, and or like introducing different things. It's like they're more of a high fiver, or they're more of a fist bump type of person, or they like waving from across the room. Just really being dedicated to learning what your child's needs are. You know, leaving the horror movies and the uncomfortableness to the cinema. And I don't mean you can protect them in helicopter and like not have them be uncomfortable ever at all. Oh my goodness, that would not be human. But unnecessary adding to the stress for the young ones and even ourselves. I feel like you're being dedicated to healing your inner child as well. That could be what you've been training to do. You could be training to travel, astral travel, as well as with the orange calcite. Spirit is supposed to help connect and prepare the mind, body, and spirit for a higher spiritual connection. So you could be astral traveling through the halls of a Amenti right now. And also you could be scanning through the Akashic records while you're sleeping. You may find it's easier to delve into the 4D when you're asleep and there and remembering later than trying to calm the body and the physical to connect in order to meditate. So a lot of you may be traveling through sleep, so there could be an indication of sleeping more, or when you're waking up you may have a killer headache and stuff like that from like not getting enough rest, because even though the body's resting, the mind isn't, because you're astral traveling. So be wary of that and be gentle on yourself the next day if you're noticing that you're having symptoms of of astral traveling, and obviously there being that's indication is only if you don't remember, right? If you're noticing that you're not feeling like you sleep after you slept, even though you did not get up and you should have hit REM sleep, that is a good indication. Also, still, I'm not a doctor, so if you're noticing that it is happening persistently and you are not getting enough sleep that you need in order to function, please check with the doctor. You can also ask your guides to back off for a while. Of course, you have free will. You can ask them, yo, I need a good night's sleep. Can you protect me? Just like in Avatar The Last Airbender, where when Aang goes to the astral realm and they have like protect the body. But so after he's in there for the forest for a while, his astral body starts to get tired too. So remember that you can ask your spirit guides, hey, can I chill out for a bit? You're always able to ask your guides and your star seed family. Yeah, your star family could seed those blessings for you and really help you with that rewiring as well, since it is to help prepare you. They can help you plant those seeds and help you detoxify and like support your skeleton system and help you meditate. Like, they want you to call on them and in order to help during training. That's what I'm getting. Training is going great. You're doing so well, and they would like you to ask for help. They're like, instead of like it being this, like the saying, tag me in, coach, it's more like them being like, tag your coach in. They would like you to be more hands-on with your training if you are willing, but they know that this is your journey, so they would like to, they know that sometimes they have to be hands off, and I feel like it's at the time where you've gotten so used to the stages where they had to be hands off that you almost don't ask anymore, and they are so proud of you for being able to do this, but you don't have to do it alone. And they would like you to hold on to their arms, and like, so you're not training alone, like when you're like rock climbing and you got that person who's over the edge first and they like hook you and grab you and pull you up. They want to help pull you up. A lot of you could be doing pull-ups, or you've decided to work on physical activity, whether this is like Qigong, dancing, actual like lifting weights, what is it called? VR and like Beat Saber. Like, no matter which way you plan to like train your body, this is the time where you are going full tilt, and it is going great for you. But they want to remind you that you don't have to do it alone. Did I get all of? Oh yes. I had also clairaudient message from UB40, falling in love with you. Yeah, I know. Also red wine. Some of you may be training for triathlon. Yeah, you may be training for a triathlon. Okay, this is where my mind process brought it from. Red wine, I thought of France. Some of you may be from France, but then I remembered Zach and Cody when they were inside of the race there, when they were like traveling and stuff. I think it was them, but either way, there was some sort of old restaurant, and it was like they were the triathlon and riding a bike by this like French restaurant. It was that's where I came with my thought process. So some of you may be from France, or doing the tour, doing a tour, whether this is like a NASCAR tour, like musical tour, you're doing a book tour, just touring for the sake of it. You're just on a work visa and moving around and living your life. Live it. Live your life. You deserve it. Oh, yes. But what brings to mind when I wrote it down originally was that whomever I'm speaking to enjoys cover music, karaoke, or you may cover music yourself as an artist. Cover also brought to mind like cover art for novels, albums, and even logos. You may do graphic design or draw hand designs for yourself for commission or charity events. The drawing hand designs for myself, you may do not only logos, but you could also be someone who a tattoo artist as well, or just enjoy getting tattoos. You may have you may be covered in tattoos. Yeah. Is that everything? Oh yeah, commissions for charity events. Yeah, you may do tattoos on yourself even. You may be doing a dedicated art pieces as well. But I already said that. Those both tied into each other. Sweet. Then we are moving on. Ooh. 2208. So 2, you and 8, you are doubling down on your duality. You have already established your duality. You have trained on living within a balanced give and take cycle of relax and action. And you have doubled down on that. Infinitely doubling down and finding duality in all that you do, making sure that you're balancing work and play and home life and community. You are learning to balance. You got a balancing act on a balancing act, and that for me feels like you are shattering the structure. 23. And number 7, you are balancing between the spiritual and the physical realms. Because when I heard about the duality, so you've learned how to, in different realms, because you are able to be comfortably sitting between the physical and the spiritual. I already said that. Sweet. Okay. I love channeling. There we go. So you are learning the different cycles. Some of you may be finding yourself remembering your other lives, like your parallel lives. You could be remembering them during your sleep, and you're shattering the structure that you originally had, and that's how you're being in another state of duality, is that you are learning that you are embodying a lot of your other lives as like personalities and like quirks and stuff like that. You're noticing that you are a multi-dimensional being, like when you open up one of those mirrors and you point them towards each other and it goes on forever in an infinite loop. That's what I feel like, is that you're noticing yourself and the person in the mirror. I feel like at this moment you have trained to mirror yourself and notice when people are projecting and what way you originally co-created that into existence. So I feel like what you speak out into the world and it being brought into creation. So what you're speaking is being brought about into creation in a cycle, and I feel like you've shattered that. You've noticed the illusion that of separation between the spiritual and the physical, and that, you know, hell is only a state of mind. And you're no longer deciding to view and you're no longer feeling like you're drowning in it. You are now have broken the surface and you're starting to see you're starting to see all of which you have created and all that you are yet to create. Or all that you have created and yet to receive. And now you're waiting with openness for the receiving. And as you can see, the cleansing, a lot of you could be cleansing your feet at this time. Or grounding yourself, and that's how you're cleansing, is through grounding. Or it almost looks like leaping and dancing with spirit. And singing and talking things into creation, and making sure that those things are what you truly wish to embody and serves you at this time, so that you can truly be open to it when it comes back into existence. A lot of you could be working with Kali as well, the goddess. A lot of you could be working with in your divine feminine energy, embracing your inner deity, your inner god, inner goddess, peace god. Reminds me of Riza. A lot of you may be into the Wu-Tang clan or follow their or follow the teachings of monks as well. It also reminds me of the movie, what is it called? Extraordinary Gentlemen, that had a woman in it. So you don't have to live in societal norms in order to be extraordinary, is what you're learning, and you're shattering that structure. And inside Extraordinary Gentlemen, thank you for receiving my hands. My receiving hands itching right now. So if you would like to, everyone, thank you for receiving abundance. Inside of the movie, there was one person who was worshiping or offerings or giving thanks. I'm not sure exactly. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I do love it. I feel like, did they go to France too? There? I think that's where they were blowing up, was in France, but I could be wrong. But they were on a submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. A lot of you could have liked, could like the Beatles as well. Or a lot of you could like Beatles and Bugs, as I was talking earlier on, loving the less loved and less appreciated. a lot of you could have felt like you were the one who was not loved or appreciated at this time, and you're starting to speak that out into existence, and the universe is starting to pull in those who are kind to you as well. 30. Some of you could be turning 30 here soon, and it was 303 when I said that, so you could be life path 33s or life path 6 as well. Or if you're not, just really good at communicating and being a teacher, even a spiritual teacher at that. You could have life coach attributes. You could, I'm feeling you're also, yeah, if it's not conventional teaching, it could be that you are a master of your trade and you are training others now, right? Training is going good. You could be having, say you have new people coming through for training so that you can get back to your usual daily scheduled broadcasting. You know, maybe you've been stepping in for a while to help with help in order to give people time to train others. You could be moving to a new job, and it's your job to, or someone could be moving from the job and it's your job to train newbies, or you're training the newbies before you go to a new job, which you are more patient than I give you kudos. I am very patient, yes, universe. I know I shouldn't state that. Yay! Wish granted. Spirit wants to be your spirit, and the creator wants to be your yes man, and not like in the Urban Dictionary sassy way. I mean, like, they want to make your wishes come true. Like, before you even ask, it's been granted, is the kind of feel. Because 9 of emotions is 9 of cups, so very deep fulfillment, sitting within fulfillment. I know that there was my last video yesterday. So the last video before this one was talking about coming up and reaching emotional and financial fulfillment, and you're wishing for that, and that's what Spirit wants to bring in for you at this time. And this is what your training and all the training is going towards, is emotional and financial fulfillment. I also got, when I was first waking up, I was kind of disoriented because I used to live on the coast. So when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, the foghorn, it's gonna be foggy today. But then I remembered it was a train, because I don't live near the ocean anymore. So some of you may live next to the ocean, and or it could be foggy out for you when you're listening to this reading, and that's going to be extra confirmation for some with that coastline there it brought back. Or you could you could have moved away from the coast in order to find financial and emotional fulfillment. Spirit wants to wish you freedom. It wants to grant you freedom. Because it kind of reminds me inside of the movie when Aladdin wishes Genie free and it starts like taking off all those shackles. You are releasing the shackles and the devil's energy right now. You are embracing that you are infinite you can ask as many wishes from the universe and as you would like, because after the shackles are released, the shackles of limitation, the shackles of financial limitation, or whatever your limited mindset, once the shackles have been removed, then you will have, you are infinite. You are infinite, and you're infinite. When I said earlier with the duality. So yes, you will have to take the work. But yes, you are also a manifester. Those exist at the same time. You can be receiving and also sit in patience energy, you know, sitting within the duality of give and receive. And sometimes the universe, when it like, you know, it's give and take. So you're always asking, well, what does the universe want in return? It would like some patience and understanding. Yeah. But yeah, as soon as those shackles were taken off, Jeannie was able to make infinite magic constantly, all the time. And that's what the universe wants to remind you, is that you are a free genie. Some of you could be working on your telekinesis energy, as it reminds me of Jean Grey from X-Men. Some of you may enjoy old comic books, but levitation as well. You may enjoy the movie The Craft. Yeah, you were elevating to the next level. The spirits behind pulling the strings of your abundance, because you're family jewels. You are the family jewel. So, spirit of all your spirit guides are pulling the strings behind the scenes for you as you are doing the work and training. I'm getting the Sia Swinging from Chandelier song stuck in my head too. Well, not stuck. It's not stuck. I have other thing. But yeah, throughout the movie, Jeannie was able to complete anything. Oh yes, Maji. You are going around, and Spirit says that you are navigating tower moments with ease. You're starting to notice when, you know, where things could, you're like starting to prepare and like hoping for the best but preparing for the worst kind of energy is what I feel with the Animu. I don't know why I said it that way. But the manga and the anime for Maji, they go around from towers to towers, releasing all these different genies. So I feel as if you're going around and helping others through their tower moments and breaking free themselves. Yeah, like almost like a trophy. You're going around and showing. See, some of you may be Claire Gustus, because I'm really getting you might get like gas and air release whenever your spirits wants you to know you're on to something good. But yeah, you're going around. Some of you may resonate with the breaker of chains, the Khaleesi's from Game of Thrones. You could be really into that. And Bran the Blessed. But yeah, I feel like you were going around. Sorry if this is spoilers, but I figure it's just the snopsness. The snopsness. Some of you might like snops. Schnops. Some of you may have been going through a period of training yourself in your sobriety. You have trained it within your sobriety. You were experienced then. You were experienced within your sobriety and saying no, and helping others go around with their sobriety. Whatever those chains that need to be broken in their different towers, you are going around and encouraging people, and you also know how to walk away as well, because you can't be in charge of fixing other people. That's not your responsibility, and your most responsibility is you. I learned that from my doctor. My doctor was like, remember to just take care of you. If you take care of you, then everything's already taken care of, right? Because if everyone takes care of themselves, then what a better world it would be, you know? That doesn't mean hold out for your own and be selfish. It means take care of yourself, not steamroll others, just so that we're clear. Because I know a few of you out there, not all of you, but there may be some. Okay, I went with my intuition. Let's see what they got in the book. Keywords: a gift from the universe, dream manifested, enjoying rewards, fulfillment and satisfaction, gifts, and a positive message from spirit. Prompt is rainbow recognition. Oh yeah, with X-Men, some of you may be a part of the LGBTQIA. Two spirits should have been at the front, but here we are. Last but not least. And the reason why I bring that up is because it was created in order to show representation on how the mistreatment of the community, and that was one way that we got representation is X-Men. Yeah. Sometimes it is as simple as floating. The universe doesn't give beautiful endings to those who simply have talent, confidence, wisdom, and faith. It grants them to those who are brave enough to go after what they want. The belief is needed. Only that the belief is needed. Why is there a question mark? Is this a declaration or not? Why are you confused? I didn't write the book. I didn't write the book. I didn't write the book. It grants them to those who are brave enough to go after it. The belief that is needed. The belief that is needed. Only that you are enough to begin. You don't need to be totally there, you know? Just yet, knowing that you are worthy, loved, and whole. Just put one foot in front of the other when you wish your dream to life. How big are you making them? Are you making them luminescent enough to keep you going when things get dark? Do they light the way when you forget why you wanted them in the first place? Remember, it can be easy. That it is easy. You too have everything you need to reach out and accept this gift from the universe. It is not others. It is yours. Make the choice to get it because your gift is on the way. A taste of life of wishes brings the up and downs of joyful strings. And after all my yearning sings. No, after all my learning sings. Some of you may be learning to sing or taking vocal lessons. Maybe the universe is asking you to take in a coach. Like a vocal coach, a life coach. And after all my learning sings, my satisfied rewards forth springs. So yeah, your rewards for all your hard training are springing forth at this time. All that you have spoken and worked and actions are being brought back in for you. Was there something else that I had thought about when I was reading that I forgot? Yeah, you don't need to totally know everything to get started. Don't be afraid to be a novice. When I started out with this channel, I didn't think I knew enough either, but still my followers and favored loved ones continue to grow and continue to show up and leave lovely comments below and likes on the video. So don't get afraid to get started. Stage fright is the killer of dreams. And comparison is the thief of joy. So remember to get out there and have fun, kids. But for real, that's why I always say remember to have fun while you're doing it. Like everything. Like remember to be silly with it. And if someone tries to be the silly police, then you want to know what? That calls for an extra case of the sillies. You know, having to pretend like you're on a famous cooking show and you're like pretending that you're gonna be the next chef, you know, kitchen chef. Some of you might enjoy watching cooking shows. But you're like pretending that it's gonna be you, and you're sitting at a gourmet restaurant, and like that will manifest in time. You can pretend that you're at the most fanciest place in the world and still be able to belch because it's your own table. You know, get comfortable in doing uncomfortable things in your territory. You know, practicing it in front of the mirror, your speech, or pretending that you're going to be eating out, but you do it at home and try to be the fanciest you want to be, but you don't have to be fancy. I don't think so anymore. I want to go there. I don't think that's the healthy way of getting around it, but I was like, I'll just go. I'll eat on in a field somewhere where the birds don't judge me, okay? A lot of you may have birds trying to reach out at you at this time. Shuffle all that back in there. Yeah, some of you may have bird as symbolism and confirmation. If you're noticing like certain animals coming through, if you're looking up symbolisms online and seeing what resonates. Same with numerology. You can define your own meanings behind it. It could be a message from a loved one. It could be a message of like from a time you remember when you got a certain score and you won, and now those numbers came up again to remind you you're a winner. Something along those lines. Like the fact that it could have been your favorite, the number that of your like grandpa's like race car or something like that. Someone's grandpa could have been a race car driver. I'm getting that. If it is confirmation, let me know below. Yes, I know. Confirmation. Okay. Get back into it. Knocking on wood. Some of you might be superstitious and enjoy knocking on wood. The reason why is to wake the spirits, the wood spirits, in order for protection. So some of you may have protection from wood wood spirit creatures such as gnomes or the fae folk at this time. That could be confirmation for some of you that you enjoy the tree spirits. And some of you may have tree friends as well. It doesn't have to just be the creatures that live amongst them. We get some messages for our lovely favored ones, please. Spirit guides, guardians, ancestors, for their most funnest good. I don't even know what that's word. So, ooh. Okay, I will take these 3 then. Checked out. Yeah, you've received for your funnest good. I don't know how this is their funnest good, but I guess this is the message and I'll take it. You have received justice. You used your intuition and it has led you to justice, not only for yourself, but others, and has led you to victory and a better journey and a new time here with the High Priestess Justice card and the 6 of Swords here. So you've used your own tuition to find justice, and you're using your intuition to make sure that the messages that you're receiving are from spirit and not from lower entities, by using your wisdom that you've acquired over time and knowing that the universe wants to bring you justice and wants to speak kindly towards you. So yeah, you're moving on from a time where you were really stuck in your head. This also means a journey to a new place. So you could have moved as well from, you could be a refugee as or you could have just, you could have had someone who was a war bride inside of your family as well. Moving from one environment to another. Better times ahead. So yeah, remember to use your intuition and act justly as you move into this new, as you move into better times ahead. So remember to act with your intuition and use your better, judgment and, act justly towards other people as you move on into this better environment. Yeah, that's the message. I got it. Get it? Good. Yeah, that will be for your, most fun time would be to move forward with you while listening to your inner guidance and, treat people with fairness as you move on to a better times. That seems pretty sweet to me, man. And it seems pretty sweet to me. I don't need to say the ending part. Sounds like a good deal. There we go. That's better. Sounds like a good deal. I would like to be inclusive, so I'm going to keep working to be inclusive. And I feel like that's what you're doing as well, is you're working on being more inclusive, and that means including yourself. I feel like a lot of us within the collective have excluded ourselves, either out of fear of what others would think of us, or what we think of ourselves, and we have learned to train and rewire our brains to be kinder, and we deserve that justice. We deserve our chance. I'm hearing "Gimme a shot at the night," by the Killers. It's like, give me a moment. Some kind of mysterious, you know? Okay, everyone. My lovely favored ones, thank you for coming through and listening to yet another message. I'm excited to hear what you're all training on. So if you have any exciting plans or things that you were working towards, what your goals are, just let me know below. I enjoy reading what everyone is up to. Like, I used to sit down and think all the time, like, I wonder what people are doing. And it's like, obviously living their lives, but still don't get any less curious about knowing what's going on around everywhere. So yes, remember to stay curious, my lovely favored ones. It's not bad to be curious, okay? And yeah, remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. Bye.